Welcome to Hiroshima. We're halfway through our trip to Japan, and today we're traveling on a Shinkansen from Kyoto to the city that surprised us the most, in the best way possible. It took us less than 2 hours to get to a very rainy Hiroshima, which ironically is one of the cities in Japan with the fewest rainy days per year. We got on a bus from the station to the city center and went straight for a walk on the riverside. This promenade is full of reminders of what happened to Hiroshima in 1945. You don't need to be a history buff to associate Hiroshima to the unspeakable evil it suffered during the Second World War. And as we headed to the first major landmark we wanted to see, we saw several monuments and sculptures paying homage to the victims of the world's first atomic bombing. You'll see hundreds of paper cranes hanging from these statues. Each of them symbolizes a wish for world peace. This bronze statue is one of the most touching sculptures we came across as we walked by the river. As the city was rebuilt, high school students united and designed this sculpture, which includes tiles from buildings that were affected by the bomb. The pedestal also features a panoramic photograph of the surrounding area after the bomb was dropped. It's almost impossible to imagine this beautiful city completely devastated when all you can see in front of you is a beautiful riverbank full of trees with red and yellow leaves. And even though the constant reminders are painful, they're necessary. Hiroshima is a survivor, but also a reminder of what the worst of humanity is capable of achieving. This building was the only one left standing in the area where the first atomic bomb exploded on August 6, 1945. It has been preserved in the same exact state as immediately after the bombing. Seeing it with your own eyes is inexplicable. Here is a witness of one of the darkest days in history that knew Hiroshima before, during, and after all the pain and suffering the city and its people went through. It reminds Japanese people of their own resilience and the whole world of how such an evil creation should have never been invented and still be allowed to exist. Close to the dome, you'll see a Jizo statue. Jizo is the protector of women and children. This particular statue happened to be located right in the hypocenter of the bomb, next to a hospital for women and children, which was completely obliterated. The statue survived the blast, but you can see a black shadow left by the atomic bomb. If you're looking at this statue, you're standing on ground zero. You may notice glasses or water bottles left on some of these memorials. This is not littering, there's a heartbreaking reason behind it. After the bomb exploded, the survivors were covered in ash and burns and unable to breathe. They were so thirsty they drank radioactive rainwater, which only killed them faster. Leaving clean water here is a form of prayer for the souls who were lost that day. Before we crossed the bridge and headed to the Peace Memorial Park, we saw this beautiful monument to Miyakishi Suzuki, a famous Japanese author of children's books. The inscription reads, "I will forever dream, simply as I did in my boyhood, and therefore suffer only little." We were in Hiroshima in November, and the trees in the Peace Memorial Park were a beautiful yellow and red. Apart from the dome, these stunning Gingko Biloba trees were the only survivors in the middle of all the destruction. These trees are incredibly resilient, and they're proof that nature can fight back against the very worst in us. The Bell of Peace is one of the most poignant monuments in the city. You're encouraged to ring the bell and wish against atomic warfare. I didn't film it up close because I was feeling really emotional at this point, but I did ring it and ask that you do the same. Around the Bell of Peace, there is a pond full of lotus flowers, which symbolize prayers for the souls of those who lost their lives. Everything in this park was beautifully thought out, and the beauty is in the details. Our next stop was the Children's Peace Monument. It's dedicated to the thousands of innocent children who died as a result of the bombing. The top symbolizes Sadako Sasaki, a child who died of radiation poisoning. She holds the crane above her head, a symbol and a wish of peace. One of the most haunting moments we had in Hiroshima was when we saw the flame of peace. It has burned continuously since 1964, and it will burn until the day when all such weapons shall have disappeared from the earth. You can't help but feel powerless as you watch it burn. Notice how perfectly aligned the three main monuments are. Like I said, the beauty is in the details. It's likely that you'll see fresh flowers by the memorial cenotaph. It's another reminder that what happened here wasn't that long ago. There are still many people alive who lost someone that day. You can't visit Hiroshima without visiting the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Museum. We were trying to prepare ourselves mentally before we went in, but I broke down in tears as soon as we saw this. We won't show you more of the museum, just take our word for it. You must visit it. It's not going to be a cheerful, laid-back activity in your itinerary, but we all owe it to the city and to ourselves. But Hiroshima is not only its past, it's very much alive. We stopped by this beautiful shrine on our way to lunch at 4 p.m. It's literally in the middle of high-rise buildings, but it's so peaceful here. We then had amazing ramen at this restaurant and checked in at our hostel. For £40 we have this room, and it's really cute and really cheap. When we left, this is what we saw. guys, Japan decided it's Christmas. It's Christmas. I wasn't in the Christmas spirit, but now I am. It looks fantastic.
It looks so nice.
Hiroshima is amazing. I love it so much. We're not going to make it to the castle because we got distracted by the lights.
Yeah.
And the garden that we're going to see is also closed.
Yes.
So
because today is Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's a bank holiday here, so
we'll come back to see whatever we didn't see this time. We wanted to go to a restaurant, but it's also closed. So,
yeah.
So we'll go there next time we come here as well.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see.
We decided to have dinner at one of the most famous restaurants in Hiroshima for Okonomiyaki. It's a favorite amongst locals as well.
What's the name?
So, how do you rate that okonomiyaki?
I mean, it was my first one, so I'm rating it 10. But nothing else to compare it to. It was delicious. It was really, really good.
A good way to eat cabbage.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much cabbage in it. You'll feel so healthy.
A pile of cabbage. And one is enough for 2 people, so you can ask to share.
Yeah, exactly. I paid 750 yen for like a massive portion.
Which is like what, £6? Crazy,
That
right?
much? It's crazy.
We're actually going to leave Hiroshima tomorrow, which is sad. We
Great.
really enjoy the city.
It's amazing. Tomorrow morning we're going to Miyajima,
Well,
hopefully.
yeah, if the weather allows.
If the weather is okay. If it's raining, I don't think it's worth it to go, but we'll see. And 7-Eleven is there. Let's go that way.
What did you say
Place to
today? You said it was your therapy.
Yeah, it's going 7-Eleven to my therapy.
It's really funny because all the 7-Elevens in Japan so far, they all have different things. So if you like something from one 7-Eleven, you might not find it in the next one, which is sad. This is sesame and cheese cream bun. It's very nice and it has a nice cream cheese filling, but it's still quite sweet. Next, apple custard cream bun.
I'm so excited for this one.
It's red. And it matches the color of the trees. Alright.
Oh my god.
Go. Is it good?
Yeah.
Really good?
It tastes like apple tart.
Really? But in a bun form?
Yes.
Lovely.
Like an apple crumble. It's so good.
What?
Oh my god. That's an absolute 10. It's so good.
Danny's absolutely right. This does taste like apple crumble.
Like apple crumble. You have the custard.
Custard and apple.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Now we're gonna try the chocolate banana drink. But it tastes more like chocolate and banana.
Just like, yeah, I was going to say that. It's good.
But it has banana pieces. It's good. To pierce it. There you go. This is this is our favorite yogurt drink. So lovely.
So good.
It actually tastes like blueberry.
And yes, pieces of it.
Yes, so nice.